And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing FortressCraft Evolved. Frozen Factory. Well, we have the intermediate minor upgrades done, which gives us access to the Smelter. Let's see if we have to further unlock it from here. There's the magnetic drill motor. We're not quite ready to push those out just yet. We do have access now to chargeable explosives, which is awesome. Can't build them, but we certainly have them available. And now we have an ore smelter. And look at that. We can actually produce quite a few of those. I want 3. Can I build 3? 68 gold, I can. Now, you got to be careful because once you place them with this first build gun that you start with, once you place them, you can't actually move them yet. So I have one little spot here that I want to set up for it. And then over here, I have these smelters that I want to replace. Because yes, we're getting some material, but again, it is really wasteful. So we are going to replace it here, and I want to actually, let's see, is this smelting yet? As soon as this starts smelting, we'll be able to get it going. Also, we want to put inductions on there. However, I am pretty sure the inductions increase the power use. Yeah, and the second we do that, these power lines will be tapped pretty much. So we might not want to do that just yet. This is heating up. Now it's starting to smelt. I just want to get rid of this ore that's in here. And this is painfully slow. For now, anyway. We will be beefing this up quite a bit. So let's get rid of it. And we're going to have one more. Oh, that's empty anyway. This filled up because I changed that my drill head down there. And that's all it took to keep this thing full. So I also want to put the drill head on this one. However, the big problem here is that we don't have, let's see, basic smelter. We're going to get rid of that. I could make one more smelter and have one for copper and one for tin dedicated. Let this finish, and I'm going to close that off and then replace it. So now this is heating up. Let's just feed that in. It won't go full blast, so that's fine. Fine for now. I did finally get a pristine gland. So there is the basic smelters that we started with that we do not need anymore. But I just don't think we have the power gen right now in order to power all the smelters that we have. So I want to be very careful with that for now. In this setup, I'm going to have this one for the ores that we bring up from below for now. We're going to need a few ores to start with. I've already got a few. So let's put that in there. And now we have a smelter that we can just throw in material. And once we have a couple done, we will move on to bigger and better things. Mainly cargo lifts, but we need a lot of iron for that, which is one of the reasons I wanted to upgrade the iron line. Something else that we can start doing, because now we have the nickel and titanium, we can start making the better laser power transmitters, which will help keep all this stuff powered over here. So I think we have enough for 2 right now, which would be perfect for delivering more power over to this section. So let's go to F4 here and look at where we can put this. We don't need this anymore. I would like to put my blue lasers here. And which one of these are we going to pull from? I think it's going to be this one here, because this will give us even more power over here, which then we can so we got 20 power per second being made over here. This thing can actually transmit twice that, so we could find a way somehow to sneak more power in over here, but I think this setup just about tapped out for my abilities. The other thing we could do is move all this power gen somewhere else, and we've got all this coal right here. This might be a time to sort of normalize my power gen for deep below the ground, because we have a lot of miners and stuff down there. I think it would behoove us to move some serious amounts of power down below. And right now we have kind of a minimal amount of power being moved down there. So we want to look into more power, and let's kick off another research project, and this time I want basic logistics, because this will unlock my modded Mark II excavator, which will really help us dig out everything that we need. The other thing that this gives us is the one tool that we really need. Let's go to H, basic logistics. So this unlocks a lot of stuff, but it also unlocks this cargo lift, and this is where we really shine, is bringing that cargo lift up. The next one we're going to want is metal alloys, but this is going to require 200 bars of nickel, 200 bars of copper, and roughly, let's see, 20, 60, 80 bars of iron. And I think we have the iron, but let's see, the iron, yeah, we have the bars of iron, but nickel we definitely do not have. I'm currently just smelting copper, and it looks like it just is not fast enough. So one of the things that we can do is, do we have enough resources for the enhanced drill motor? Let's craft one of these, and let's open the inventory so it doesn't drop on the ground. Oh, it did already. It did anyway. So let's pick that up. So now this thing is able to really spit out the power and draw from both of these batteries. It looks like this one's not even being tapped at all. So we have a little bit of leeway with power. We're going to need a lot more materials in order to send the power down where we need it. So I've got a lot of inventory space available for ores, because now the change was made where you can't just stockpile ores and bring them up. They only stack to like 150. So that's the big change there. And now that we're researching something, of course, our threat level goes up pretty fast, which will use a lot of power. So now we're able to spit out even more material, and I think what I'm going to do is that, and that should help empty this out much faster. As you can see, it drops off everything and then it puts it onto one belt. So fewer gaps in between is always a good thing. And let's see if I can make it up. It's a lot harder to grapple up short distances than long ones. So it looks like this thing is able to really process the ore fast. And if that hopper would pull out, there we go. Boy, it takes a little while for that hopper to realize that there's ore to pull. So now that we have a full charge, I think we need to run down, see about the ores, and try to figure out a plan to get power and everything down there, because that is really what we're lacking way down deep. So we've got power coming down this right here. We've got a little bit of power line coming in. However, a problem is the big iron deposit that's right underneath us. And I don't have any more blank pings to show, but there's a big iron deposit right below us. I think we might be able to go down right here and push power down like right here. So let's watch this wall and see if there's any ore. So there's no ore along that wall. But the problem is right here. Let me get off. Once we hit this area, we're going to have to do something with it to move it down a different wall. And from here, I'm not 100% sure where there's ore and where there isn't. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted that new excavator. Is it'll actually be able to clear out ore as long as we get some power down to it. And that's really the crux of it, is power down deep here. So yeah, we'd be able to put power down this line, and from here we could beam it over and then come down somewhere along this line. So right there is a little bit of ore that's sticking out, so we wouldn't be able to go down there, but right here we could probably go down this line, although I think that is ore right there. So if we fall, and let's catch ourselves. Ow. So yeah, there's a big coal vein right here. So this whole line, it would be really hard to get right through that. We could go on this back wall fairly easily. And I dug it out down here a little bit to give ourselves a little bit more space to work with. A little bit more area to... Let me grab the titanium that's in there. I'm going to fill this whole thing up. And that should be a lot of ore that we're able to process. 146. This is going to have a little bit of it. I didn't really fill that up last time. It's because gold is not used nearly as much later in the game. It is for missiles, but pull all the power in there. We're definitely going to want to automate the power down here, and that will be a little difficult. I did a little bit more searching to see if there's any more nickel around, and there really isn't. There's a lot of titanium. There's a huge deposit right there. There's another really big deposit right over here. And so we've got lots of titanium, but very, very little nickel. And usually I have to go down pretty deep to find really big nickel veins. I know in my private world I actually had to go down pretty much below the toxic caverns to find the nickel that was worthy of, you know, all the logistics and stuff that it takes to move that much material. So I'm gonna add a bunch of power into gold as well while I'm down here. Grab that. So we don't have much gold, 32, that's what, 8 bars. So not much gold. Nickel and titanium are doing pretty good. As you can see, my dead bodies are just littering this whole area. I'll try to remember where my exit is, because this is a really, I have died more times trying to get up, back up here. There we go. Much better. I'm going to somehow mark where my exit is. That way I know this is the line if I can see it from down there. Not guaranteed I will be able to, but oh, I tried to use a torch and I didn't have one. So there's a good line right there that we can use, and I think we can go down this back wall for power to get down to our mining area. I think that would be a really good place to go. I'd like to keep it right in the middle because this one's coming down the middle. I could put another laser beaming this way, and then I could put one beaming down. So like right here, then I could sneak it behind all of these torches that I have going down there. So let's head back up, start smelting some of this material. And for all these mining operations, I can pretty much use one green laser, because the miners that are using the new drill head, I don't think I have one on me, but it's like 1.7 or something like that. I can look at my copper and see how my copper is, and then plant. Oh, is that a Minoc? Why do I have a Minoc right there? Okay, you need to stay on for a few more minutes. Okay, that is a problem. That is a big problem. And cue the train. Okay, do I have... That is just out of range. It should be in range of something over here, though. Can I put it underneath here and have it reach? Yes. Good. Boy, I wonder how long that's been feeding. Oh, I bet you it's been a while. That's been sitting there sucking off lithium off my line. And that's probably why my lithium bars slowed way down. Oh man, that flung me high. So yeah, that is not good. Because if I remember right, that hive was close. It was somewhere close over like this way, I think. Ooh, lots of goodies up here. I was hoping for another pristine gland, but didn't quite get it. So let's see how much power this uses. 1.94, not 1.7. So 110 power per second would actually supply all the miners down in the tier 2 area. So that would be good. But that'll have to do it for this episode. So I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.